All right, Bobcat fans, we're here, Hallsville Student of the Week. This section sponsored by your local Hallsville Sonic and Roof Masters. Today we're here with Taylor Buchanan. Taylor, a senior at Hallsville High School. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good. Now, you're here because you're our handpicked for practicum. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell me what a practicum class involves. What's it entail?
So basically we go through 3 courses in the span of the year, and the first, I guess, 6 weeks of the class we do CPR training. So I'm CPR certified. And then in January when I get back, I'll take a phlebotomy exam, which is drawing blood. And then after we finish that in January, we'll do EKG certification.
Okay.
So who do you get to try to practice drawing blood on?
Each other, our family members, anybody that is willing.
So I know somebody might be willing. I'm not going to say who, Marc, but anyway.
We might have to, when this is done, to see if you can draw blood off of me. That would be interesting to see. So you're doing this because when you grow up, you want to be an ER nurse or a nurse practitioner. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So what brought you into wanting to be part of that field, Taylor?
So when I was younger, my grandparents, all my grandparents are very ill, and so I spent a lot of time in the ER and just in the hospital in general, and so I watched people just work, and I loved watching people just care for others that weren't their family, and so I think that's what has drawn me to it.
Being a part of, especially here lately, having a family member sick, it's a profession that does not get the credit that it deserves. I can promise you that, because you essentially become their biggest family member during the time of need. So glad that you're doing it. So we know right now that you're also part of the band, correct? Mm-hmm. What do you do in band?
So I'm currently co-president, and I play the French horn. I've been in band for 7 years, and I also am part of jazz band, and I play the saxophone.
Okay, so I'm going to back up, because this wasn't part of the pre-interview, but I'm going to ask.
Okay.
So do you get to play, what is a jazz band? Do you get to play the blues and stuff?
Yes.
Awesome.
That's exactly what it is.
Do you do in the movies when you're sitting around and y'all play music with
You
your...
have to practice that.
That's a jam session.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, jam session.
A riff?
Yeah.
A riff off?
I don't know
Is that what it's called?
It's sure. We'll go
Okay.
with that. I don't know.
No, and it's awesome. So you're a lifelong Bobcat, correct? Mm-hmm. What does, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but being a Bobcat your whole life, what has that meant to you going to school here in Hallsville?
I don't know if this is the right term, but having a lot of pride in being a Bobcat is probably a huge aspect of being here my whole life, because there's just a good academic situation, I guess, academic levels, right. And then we have good sports and most things, and just having if you talk to anybody about Hallsville, that it's just a good school to be at.
Right. No, without a doubt, it's a very highly recognized school district.
Well, 7 years in the roaring band for Bobcat land. That's we get ones constantly every year in the competitions. That's got to be pressure on you also.
Oh, Morgan is definitely a hard one. She definitely is very tough on us. But
so you play the French horn and the saxophone. You do that both in the band. How do you practice for both of those?
So I actually started saxophone this year, and so I've been a French horn, and I play that during marching season, and I twirl, and then.
While you're playing the horn, you can twirl.
That's
pretty impressive right there.
I will tell you.
She can play the horn and swing a stick.
No.
Yeah.
I just sit it down on the field, and then I go twirl and come back.
Huh. Do you get nervous on a Friday night when you're twirling? Because I get nervous. That is out of everything that I watch, the thing that I get most nervous about is when the baton goes up in the air. I would miss it and it would hit me in the head.
Yeah,
right in front
it's definitely
of everybody.
a lot of adrenaline.
Yeah.
You just hope you know your stuff and can get out there and do it. This year me and another girl, we threw our batons
to each
20
other?
yards apart.
That is awesome.
That's pretty cool right there.
Taylor, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate everything you've done. Being a lifelong Bobcat, and especially the practicum class, being handpicked for this situation. It's cool to have you here interviewing. Guy, any questions before we go for this interview?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. Taylor, fans out there, thank y'all for joining us again. Thank you to our sponsors, Roof Masters, and our local Hallsville Sonic. Guys, we'll see you next time.